if you see something or come out or want to talk about something or have an idea about something, please. Chris and I were talking earlier. I have plenty of ideas, I don't mind that, but I don't want it to be all my ideas. I mean, if it is, that's fine, but I love input, I don't have an ego. If we can't do it, I'll explain why, or if we can. I just want to throw that out to you, I'm all about it. We'll go on, and some of this, if you have questions, please ask. Number 3, which talks about Beaver Dam. He probably did around $15,000 of work this year. For me, it's close, 14, 15, I'm sorry, I don't have the exact number. Some of it was tree removal. Other is he's starting to take widowmakers, I call widowmakers, out of trees. Last meeting, Warsaw Times Union lady received a letter. The person didn't sign it, but was pretty upset. Wanted to know why I was taking all the trees down in Oakwood Cemetery. What she saw was red pins on the trees. The climber came out on a Saturday and walked them, and that's how he marked them, so he knew which one he was gonna trim, clean, whatever. So no, I'm not taking them all down. She did a little interview and had that in the paper, so I'm hoping whoever did that understands I'm not. And I made sure Times Union understands that I plant anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000 worth of trees every year. It's not about taking them down. This is about people getting in danger. Some of these limbs come down, they're like this. They literally will go 1.5 feet, 2 foot in the ground. That'll do some damage to you. So I watched them. They've started by the office and going around the lake road right now. It's real expensive. It's about $180 a tree, but these guys are very good climbers and they have to secure. It takes a while. I watched one climber walk out on a limb, got himself roped, and didn't have to use his chainsaw. He flipped limbs like that were caught. Yep. So this is a good thing. So you know, as a board, I did not take that. I had 16,000 budgeted this year. I budgeted that again for next year because I want him to continue. He gives us a really good rate, mainly because once it's down, we clean it up. In this midst, he didn't get to climb all he wanted to this year for the money I had. Behind the office was a walnut tree, and he's very good at what he does. He said, "Hal, this tree needs to come down." We're talking probably over 40 feet. He's up climbing it, okay, cutting and delimiting, dropping like he does. He got down to the main trunk. The tree was only that thick all the way around. It was hollow all the way through. Wow. My heart hiccuped. He didn't seem to be too worried, but I went, you can see the log, I still have it, but it's like the base too. The base was literally maybe that thick all the way around, nothing in the middle of it. Wow, geez. So it was a perfect catch. So that took a little bit more of the money to get down. And once again, he just drops it. We cut it up and take it back and haul it out and everything. So basically, I wanted to keep that in Beaver Dam. So they will be back. They pretty much do all my work. And so you understand, they are licensed and insured, and they're climbers. Previous, I had a guy that would cut for me, but we would have to bring a climber out of Indianapolis or Fort Wayne to do it that was licensed to climb. There's actually 3 family members that are licensed, and he's training one right now. The guy was a rock climber. He's training a real good kid that's climbing now. He's teaching. So anyway, that's why I use them. So if anybody asks, I don't bid it much. They're usually right in the realm and do great work.
Hell, if a limb comes down, just through a storm, and takes over or knocks over a headstone and breaks it, who's responsible for the headstone?
When we had that tornado bounce off of Pike Lake many years ago, we had several down and several stones. And when I talked to the insurance company then, they said it's up to the family on the stone. And one that it was far-fetched for me, the gentleman said, and I'm not saying he's wrong because I'm not an insurance guy, but he said the family members' homeowners would cover that stone. Now, most of the area that I'm in, to find somebody, and granite is so tough. We had probably 15 stones down that were 4 inches thick or bigger. There wasn't one chipped. We reset them. I have a clamp that goes on where we can pick it up with the traco. It's a compression clamp, and we reset. I did have one I could not, and I paid Pat Monument to do it because there was no family. If a family member's around, then it's their responsibility.
Right. Okay.
Back in that tornado or something of that nature, there was also, if we lost trees, they would give you so much a tree. So like you could replace a chainsaw if you broke it or something like that. So it all went, and then Lynn took care of that through State Board of Accounts, because you're putting back money in your budget, so
Right.
that all had to be calculated and whatever.
Okay.
So that was there. Normally a limb, we had, how do I say this? Go around the office back to the back gate. There's a tree there, probably, I'm gonna say at least 60, maybe taller than that, probably 30 or 40 foot up, a limb came down. Now, a limb, and most of you think a limb is this. That limb laying down was 2.5 feet tall laying down. That's how big it was. It sheared off. It was a Y, it sheared off. It hit 7 stones, never budged them.
Wow.
And it literally drove in the ground, some of the finger. Now, that's luck. Normally it
Yeah,
knocks
yeah,
it over or
right,
something. And
right,
some of
okay.
those are old and whatever.
Okay.
So if that answers your
Yeah,
question,
that's
mainly,
fine.
we're not liable for the stones.
Right.
Because we had a lot down, like I say, in that, when we had that tornado bounce off that. Most of you weren't, that took us 4 months, 3 to 4 months. I had a foreman at the time, him and I cut all day, because we still have funerals. I came in that day, had 3 funerals, and I had to cut my way into 2 of the funerals, till the funeral home in and out. I had the old section closed off for 4 months, but my foreman and I would cut all day long with a tractor, and then my guys would stay over and we'd haul to the back.
Wow.
We did that for like 4 months. It was nasty. But anyway, that's what kind of a long answer to your question,
No,
but
no,
yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we're not as far as insured for those. On the new business, kind of new old, I put in there, leaf season went very, very well this year. I had my doubts, and I really thought they would fall early. They didn't as much, but in that, with the city's help a little bit with that new leaf sucker, and the guys working really hard, we were actually 3 weeks early from last year. Last year, we had the sucker put away, and we were picking up leaves with a skid loader right at Christmas. So with that, brine truck, everything's ready. All the equipment's ready for if snow hits us. So we were able to turn that corner pretty quick. With the weather, my guys are all outdoors, better than indoors. We have some, what I call honeydew list inside to do, but we're hanging on to that. We're actually doing spring work right now with the grounds, cleaning, doing some stuff, raking, fixing some stuff, fixing some stones. So we're just trying to get a jump on next year. So that's kind of where we're at with that. Which goes into the second one, says winter equipment's ready. We are starting our wood giveaway. Haven't seen very many, but usually it takes a little colder. They wait. They can get a load a month anytime they want, but it seems that they wait until it really gets cold.
On average, how many loads do you give away?
A year, a range anywhere, it's been from 20 to 60 usually. In that area. One year, the board had said to go city, and I asked to go against that because there's a lot in the county that would burn more than city type thing, and we had the wood. So we look real close with Combined Community Service. They're the ones that give the vouchers. My guys, and there's people out there know if there's somebody in need, they can bypass them. I don't have time to figure out if they're needed, they're going to sell it, whatever.
Right.
So that's why we go through that. So we track those other loads, but my workers may know somebody. A lot of them have trucks, and there might be older people, and they'll take them on load. And we do that. And we had one that we were taking a lady that she was unable, and where she lives in her trailer park, they said they couldn't stack wood outside. So I'm afraid she's going to have to do her NIPSCO. But if it changes, she's going to let me know. So we try to find the people that need it, and so it goes out to you guys. If you know somebody, call me. We have plenty of wood. We have a lot split. We're going to be splitting some more. We have a lot cut to be split. And also, Dustin at the street department, good kid. I should call him a kid, good man. He has some trees that they're going to mulch, and it's very expensive to mulch. He's actually going to have some guys cut into chunks, and if I need more wood, then we'll take it over and split it.
That's great.
Type thing, and which it's a win-win. So it cuts down on the mulching, and we can give it away. So like I say, if you know somebody, that's fine. Sometimes people will call me, and that's okay, but I just let Combine do the biggest part of it. So they'll know if we're out, if we ever run out or whatever, we keep good tabs with them. So it may be early, maybe less, you never know. Some years are worse than others. So like I say, feel free on that one. Last one, Bradford's Creation. I showed Chris. We did Siemens this year. It was at the tune of about 43,000 for that double wall. It's beautiful. It should last a lifetime. Mike came to me and said, excuse me, if I have any other work or happen to have extra money, he would discount me in November. Luckily I had some extra in perm. There's a lot of short walls that I want to replace. It's all concrete that's peeling, and I can show you on here. I took some pictures. So he did 2 of them for me in November. They're 2, 3, 4 feet high, just short ones that we're tying in. That was old concrete. We're just keeping the same theme, the same stone, because I know it's going to last, and it just looks nice. And then in these pictures, you'll see it's a little rough. We kind of rough grade it in the spring. We'll do it, seed it. It'll all look perfect when we're done. So we've been doing that. We've been moving a few stones that are kind of out of place when they were set, moving them back into where headstones to try to clean up. That's what we're doing right now. So next year we have another big wall around by the lake there that's going to be done. It's eroding. That's the plans. That's in the budget. The only thing else I have is, I think I brought it up in the last meeting, I'm sorry, is I'm working on a design, have it drawn for a cold storage. This will go if you look at my shop, last 2 bays is about 40 feet behind it. They'll go 40 feet by 40 feet. I've got an estimate from a friend of mine that it's Button Timmons. He would give me an estimate. He knows it has to go to bid. But I wanted to get an idea financially if I'd put in enough, and I did, and actually put in too much, so I won't be using all of it, hopefully. I'm going to be working with James, the engineer, and he and I will get together so we can set the right protocol to send it out for bid to go do that. So I have it drawn, and I've started a list, but these last 2 months I've been working with the guys quite a bit and haven't got that part done. So I'll try to hit it hard this month to get that going, along with Cremation 4 that's going in that woods. And I think we talked about that. Chris and I were talking earlier about it. Cremation 3 that I had to do basically was no cost to the city. I had the pins. We went with a little different criteria than normal. We've set up the lots to be 5 foot by 5 foot, which is a half a grave. They're allowed 3 on there, and they can do a full-size stone. And that's kind of the market right now. People want the bigger stones, and I'm happy to oblige. So we set it up by the heart, on the right side of the heart. Created about 60, I think, lots. We've already buried one in it, so it's going real well. And basically, the difference before is we would make the cremation garden, we would pour the concrete, so it was there for their stone, foundation already in. This is, they can do whatever size stone they want, and they'll pay accordingly. So it's not all full of concrete. The only is I'm gonna make them 2 foot wide, so they run uniform, so they go 2 foot 18. But they will also pay for the foundation. So they're paying for the lot, paying for the foundation. It'll be a little more profit for us, or a little more capital, I should say, not profit, but for us in that. So that's really all I got, except when we're done here, I need all of you to verify address and stuff for Connie. I have that sitting here for us to do. But other than that, Mr. President, so have, unless you have some questions for me.
Did you put up the Christmas lights this year?
On the trees, yes. Yes, my guys did that. They did the trees. Went real well. They were a little concerned. They come up to finish, and some of the Christmas lights were laying on the ground in a nice little ball. And they called me and said what it was. I said, look at the tree. It's smaller. They tore the old tree out and put new ones in, so we have lighted them up. Have some issues with some of the receps. Kevin Walker with the park is going to take care of them and fix them for us. But
And they did a great job. They look great.
Yeah.
The lights, they look great.
yeah, I think so. The downtown vendors seem to like it, and talk to my guys and thank them, which is really cool. It's nicer to do the stems instead of the whole tree. The tree takes so long, and some of them are so big. So actually, cost-wise, I think I only bought a little over 200 strands this year, so it wasn't too bad. Yeah. So no, it looks nice. I think so with everything downtown. The park looks beautiful. I don't know if you've seen it,
Yeah.
but it really looks nice too. That's another thing we need to think. Your board members have to come up. Should we do something at our cemetery? But I'll let you guys figure that one out if you want to do something. I have ideas. We'll talk. But anyway, that's all I have. Unless you got more questions for me.
You guys have anything?
Nothing.
No, I'm good.
All good. That easy.
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
All right.
January the
January
7th.
And we'll shut this off, and if you would
Yeah.
verify your addresses, we will do that. I don't know if I don't think I have you, Jerry.